Today's movie is a special request from Patreon supporter Drunk Binary, who asked me to review Deepstar Six. I would make the obvious joke about not having done Deepstar 1 through 5 yet, but I'll probably do that later in the video. So if you remember the video I did on the movie The Rift, you know that in 1989 and 1990, there was something of a mini boom in underwater sci-fi movies. The most famous of these is obviously James Cameron's The Abyss, but while that movie was rated PG-13 and featured aliens who were benevolent and wondrous, most of the others were R-rated monster flicks that had more in common with stuff like Alien and John Carpenter's The Thing. You had Leviathan, The Evil Below, Lords of the Deep, and this one, Deepstar Six. Coming to us from director-producer Sean S. Cunningham, best known for directing the original Friday the 13th, as well as producing House, Deepstar Six was also the first underwater sci-fi flick of 1989, being released in January of that year. Now that might make you think that it's just a coincidence it happens to be similar to The Abyss, but reportedly when Cunningham got word from screenwriter Louis Abernathy that James Cameron was working on his own deep-sea sci-fi flick, he made sure that his movie got released first. And out of all the underwater movies released in 1989, I can say that Deepstar Six was definitely the earliest. It also had a bigger budget than usual for Cunningham, costing about $8 million, which on this show practically counts as a James Cameron-level blockbuster. Unlike Friday the 13th and House, this movie didn't end up becoming a franchise, so instead we'll just title it as if it's a sequel. But just like those movies, Cunningham got Harry Manfredini to do the music again, so I'll try to resist making any jokes this video. Anyway, this is Deepstar Six, an experimental undersea base being used by the US Navy to build a nuclear weapons platform. Don't worry, babe. Jason Voorhees can't kill us for having sex all the way down here. These two are Collins and McBride, who've both been stuck underwater for the past 6 months.
Any luck, we'll be home in a week.
That's good, I'm ready.
Yeah. What are you gonna do when we get out of here?
Well, first I'm gonna go home to see my wife and kids. Oh, sorry, probably should have mentioned that earlier. You know, usually when I do a cash-in of a popular blockbuster on this show, I come prepared to shit on the effects, but to tell you the truth, this doesn't look that bad. Sure, they're not on the same level as The Abyss, but they're a hell of a lot better than something like Ape, that's for sure. After 6 months underwater, I think the whole crew's ready to go home.
You know, this is about the 20th time I've read this magazine. Man, I cannot wait to read a new one.
Yeah, see a new movie.
Yeah, I'll bet. Could you imagine being cooped up for months and not being able to go see a movie? As you can probably tell by his awesome facial hair, McBride's gonna be our hero for the movie, but he's got some stiff competition from Trucker Lincoln here. And hey, Miguel Ferrer's in this movie. It's not a question of if his character's gonna die in this movie, but when. Also, I think he might be going a little stir-crazy too.
Hey, I left something you're gonna like in your video machine.
Are we talking about Miss September?
Yes, in a word, nasty.
Is it hot?
Oh, it's hot.
Is it wet?
It's wet.
Is it smooth?
It's smooth.
Is it right?
Yes!
Miguel is gonna fuck his VCR, isn't he? If there was any doubt Sean Cunningham directed this movie, here's a guy wearing a Pamela Voorhees sweater. Even though this was made to cash in on the hype surrounding The Abyss, the design of the base is a lot closer to Alien. Hopefully no one here got face-fucked by a horseshoe crab, or this breakfast is gonna get real awkward. With only a week left to secure the missiles, they're on a tight deadline. Unfortunately, there's a bit of a snag.
We think there's a cavern under the site.
Now you're in an 80s sci-fi horror movie. It's probably fine. The head scientist orders the cavern blown up in order to go ahead with the project, and considering it's probably full of monsters, that's actually not a bad idea. However, this doesn't go over well with biologist McHottie here, so she decides to see Captain I better not be the first one to die in this fucking movie.
Your son?
Yeah, that's my little Mikey, the artist.
Did he draw you that after you told him you had 2 days till retirement? You are so dead, dude! Speaking of people who are gonna die, how's Miguel doing?
He's under a lot of pressure.
Well, I'm under a lot of pressure. You know, Snyder fixed this, Snyder fixed that. Ow.
Look, I know Sean Cunningham usually likes to put tits in his movies, but you can probably put your shirt back on there, Miguel. I think the Snyder cut is what Miguel did to his sleeves. And don't worry, there's still some fan service in this movie.
That water or anything can be a bitch, can it?
Yeah, I am totally going to HR and reporting you for harassment, asshole. Or just do this. You save water and this guy doesn't need to wash his clothes. Meanwhile, they plant the charges to blow the cavern, and again, while the effects here aren't as good as in The Abyss, this movie does have the cooler looking Transformers vehicle.
Prep a remote. I want to see what you guys are sitting on.
Christ. Next thing he knows, you'll want to take some stills.
You know, Hodges, let's get some stills on it, too.
Look, we're not risking our lives so you can update your Instagram. Just post a picture of what you had for breakfast, okay? Oh, the Deepstar Six ride at Universal Studios looks promising. For a horror movie, so far the tone hasn't been all that different from The Abyss. It's mainly been focused on underwater exploration and, a POV shot. Shit, they accidentally unearthed Jason Voorhees. Actually, considering Sean Cunningham produced movies where Jason goes to hell and outer space, I'm a little surprised we haven't seen him at the bottom of the ocean. And I know I said I wouldn't use the Friday the 13th music, but all these POV shots are really making it tempting.
See, get the C-track. Mayday, mayday! Look at the fucking size of that thing!
Rather than show us the monster right away, the movie takes the Jaws approach and keeps it hidden for now. And considering the effects have been decent so far, hopefully it doesn't end up looking like the giant claw.
My legs!
Okay,
I get more than bad,
I've seen worse.
Yeah, I'll say. That wound is tame for a Sean Cunningham movie. Oh shit, if they don't get some help, they're gonna fall right into that... crevice? Trench? Oh, right, abyss. They better go rescue him quick.
Alright, let's stand by for a systems check.
Pressure?
Pressure study.
Check.
Locking collar.
Retracted.
Check.
Umbilicals.
Clear.
Check.
80s sitcom dad hair? Check. Despite the urgent situation, there's always time for some small talk.
Oh yeah, we're gonna marry that girl. Me, Mary Collins? Get out of town. She don't need some submarine pilot from New Jersey who's never had more than a week's pay in his pocket.
Look, fellas, this is an 80s horror movie. Critics are gonna hate it no matter how much character development you put in, so just give it a rest. I know I've already made comparisons to the Alien series, but there is a reason for that.
500 meters, still closing. 300 meters and still closing. 100 meters.
12 meters! 11!
Don't worry, McBride's not gonna die here. He's got the beard of a survivor.
Did you hear that? There it goes again. They're coming.
No, that sound was you slowly falling. Even though this is a monster movie, it is kinda similar to The Abyss in that a lot of the danger comes from technical problems and the fact that they're underwater rather than the monster. And while some of the suspense is good, other parts feel a little drawn out.
Go.
Deepstar Six. Thrilling door-opening action. Unfortunately, Yakov Smirnov didn't make it, and I probably shouldn't have been sarcastic earlier since the door really is deadly. If this was a Friday the 13th movie, that door would have chopped him right in half. Well, now you just made things worse, dummy. Look, the captain's lucky he made it this far into the movie. Just forget about him. Meanwhile, I see this guy's wardrobe changed from 80s sitcom dad to 80s sitcom teen friend. I also might have figured out why McBride's reluctant to ask Collins to marry him, since I think he might have been engaged to the captain. Oh, and, McBride, I got some other news for you.
What was that?
That was our baby's heartbeat.
There's a look that says, oh, damn it, I should have left her with the captain and said it was an accident.
What do you say if it's a boy, we're naming it to the captain?
Philip Laidlaw McBride.
Well, nice that the movie's including more character moments. So here's Miguel Ferrer being an asshole. Even though we haven't actually seen the monster yet, the characters wisely decide to get the hell out of there. First, though, they gotta secure the nuclear missiles.
Yeah, listen, this thing that attacked you, would you say it was a natural force or more like an aggression type of thing?
It was aggressive action. By force or forces unknown.
Okay, aggression.
The computer really should have made that more clear. Actually, never mind. Even if they made it as idiot-proof as possible, I don't think it matters, since Snyder apparently doesn't know what the word detonation means. Well, great. Now you just woke up Godzilla. Listen, we're still not quite ready to show the monster yet, so in the meantime, you're just gonna have to grapple with more technical problems to keep the audience entertained. Man, this looks bad. The station blew a tire and they don't have a spare. Okay, there are some other problems.
The cooling primary to the reactor was destroyed. It'll go supercritical in a few hours.
So what'll happen when it goes supercritical?
I don't know, probably nothing.
It'll explode.
Oh, well in that case you should get the hell out of there. First, though, we gotta watch him fix their decompression equipment. We are now over an hour in and they still haven't shown the monster. I kind of admire their restraint, but hopefully it's not because they blew the whole budget on Greg Evigan's beard gel. Alright, people, if we want this to get a following on home video, then we're gonna need to justify that eye-catching box art, so snap to it. Bob Morton's original design for RoboCop was a little clunky looking. And god damn it is tempting to use the Friday the 13th music here. Why did I make that promise at the beginning? Actually, you know what? Harry Manfredini's score is pretty effective during this part, so I guess I don't have to. Okay, let's see. Are they gonna show the monster now?
What's the problem, Richardson?
I saw something.
Nope, still cock-teasing us. I'm just joking. They do finally decide to show it. And they also decide to earn the movie's R rating after a relatively blood-free first hour. Bad news, lady. Turns out you're not going to be the final girl in this movie. Yeah, it's what you get for having a shower scene earlier, even if we didn't actually see anything. Alright, this is an unfortunate situation, but we still can't leave until we finish the missile platform. I take my job very seriously. Let's see, I haven't made any alien references in a while.
What can I do?
Can you tell me what that thing is?
Perfect organism.
Can we kill it?
There's gotta be a way of killing it. How? How do we do it?
You can't.
Hell yeah, you can kill it. The Navy made sure to supply some awesome action movie shotguns, as well as a few other weapons.
You just stick that point in, thing blows up like a balloon.
Ah, sounds like it'll lead to an awesome gore effect. That's assuming they were able to find it. Seriously, where the hell did it go? That thing was huge earlier. I doubt it's hiding in a corner. Okay, I usually mock cat scares in movies, but if one happened here, that would actually be pretty hilarious. The monster eventually shows up again, and unfortunately for them, it's not the most dangerous thing in here. Hey, I was right, it did lead to a nice gore effect. While I'm talking about the effects, the monster was designed by Chris Wallace, who also worked on stuff like Gremlins and The Fly, and it's definitely an interesting looking design, that's for sure. It kinda looks like a cross between the Predator and the Crab from the Lost Continent. The production team also built a full-size monster animatronic for the movie, so again, even if it ain't the Abyss, this is a hell of a lot more impressive than most of the other cash-ins I've done on this show.
What happened to Vangelis was not my fault.
I know that.
You backed into the fucking shark dart.
No one's blaming you.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You blame him for blowing up the missiles.
Alright, it's easy to compare Miguel's character to Michael Bihn's Lieutenant Coffey from The Abyss, since both are characters cracking under pressure who end up causing trouble for everyone else. But I kinda like that Snyder is more of just an extreme fuck-up than an outright villain.
I didn't kill him. I know. I didn't kill him.
He wants the situation they're in to be better. He's just not good at things. And damn it, guys, wait until filming wraps before you start partying. I don't know what the hell they just gave him, but I think it might have been too much.
Snyder. You bastard. Look what you've done.
Hey, now it's starting to feel more like a Friday the 13th movie. Ghost scientist! Look, Miguel, your character's probably not going to make it to the end anyway. Might as well make a break for it. However, he forgot to depressurize first, which means he gets the most memorable death in the movie. Gesundheit. Great, could this situation possibly get any worse?
Will you marry me?
I was kinda hoping to get a ring after a romantic dinner, but sure, I guess this'll do. McBride goes to get another submarine so they can escape, and once again, for such a large creature in a confined space, it sure is good at hiding.
I've always asked for the strength to do your will, God, and I need your help now. Please let McBride make it. Please, God, let my baby live.
Excuse me, I'm right here. You think you could put in a good word for me too? Not only is the monster good at hiding, it also plays pranks on people.
Oh, God, it's McBride. Maybe he's stuck.
I didn't see the monster come in, but in this movie that doesn't mean much.
It's in here, I know it is.
Did you check under the carpet? Maybe it's there. Seriously, how did the characters not notice something this big? This is like the shark from Jaws hiding in a goldfish bowl. Listen, Doc, we already established Collins is pregnant and she didn't ask God to save you, so do the right thing and sacrifice yourself.
You big ugly sack of fish shit!
Knowing Sean Cunningham, I'll bet the monster's totally dead now. Alright, now that they've decompressed, there's only a few minutes until the base explodes, so I think you know what I have to do here.
The emergency disrupt system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good work, you two, you made it. Wait a second, 80s horror movie, Friday the 13th director? Ah, come on, you didn't think Cunningham would end this without doing a Jason comes out of the water style scare, did you? Actually, what's really weird about this finale is it's very similar to the one from Leviathan, which came out just a couple months later, right down to blowing up the monster. These Abyss cash-ins seem more like cash-ins of each other. Congratulations, there was enough in the budget for this movie to have both a final girl and boy. Now McBride just needs to find the right way to tell Collins he really does have a wife and kids back home. While Friday the 13th and House were both highly profitable at the box office, Deepstar Six was a disappointment, only just barely making its production budget back. It also got extremely negative reviews from critics, and today only has a 10% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. 10%? Really? I've done a lot of cash-ins of popular movies on this show, and I gotta tell you, this is far from the worst one. Okay, sure, it has flaws like a relatively slow midsection and characters making dumb decisions just to move the plot along. And while I admire trying to build suspense by hiding the monster, waiting until more than an hour in to show it is a bit too long for this type of movie. But when you finally do see it, it is memorably weird looking, even if it's not particularly scary. And I also appreciate that the movie tries to actually make you care about most of the characters before killing them off. Basically, it's a textbook late-night cable movie. Not as spectacular as an A-list blockbuster, but a hell of a lot more professional and entertaining than most cash-ins of A-list blockbusters. Okay, so that's 2 of these movies I've done. I wonder if there's a Turkish version of The Abyss. Well, it's all for now. Until next time.
And we're ready.
Wait, what's a henway?
Oh, about 3 to 4 pounds.
Very funny, assholes.